What is observation? Well, observation is a very important skill for educational assistants, and in this video we're going to talk about exactly what observation is and when and what an EA should observe. Observation could be described as the act of looking, seeing, and listening to behavior, and the purpose of observation is to acquire information. Let's think about this in a little more depth by looking at definitions of observe from dictionary.com. First, observation means to see, watch, perceive, or notice. So it isn't enough that you just have your eyes open. You have to perceive or notice what is going on with your students. Second, to observe is to regard with attention so as to see or learn something. So observation is an active process, and when you observe, you are looking with attention so you can gather information. Third, observation can be to watch, view, or note for a scientific, official, or other special purpose. So observation has a purpose, and in some cases there may even be a formal or systematic observation process that has specifically identified goals and ways that you're going to go about gathering and recording information. So when do you observe? Well, all the time. As an educational assistant, part of your job is to notice things. So you observe in the gym that there is equipment that has not been put away and could be a safety hazard. You observe that Mary is holding her head and staring at her work. You observe that one student has another in a headlock. And in response to your observation, you might do something, like put away the equipment, ask if you can help, or try a different learning approach, investigate further, or document something or complete a form, or you might remember the information for future reference. Now there are many things that you might observe, including student behavior, academics, social interaction, and the learning environment. And sometimes the teacher might request that you perform a systematic or formal observation. For example, if you and the teacher have both noticed several times that little Johnny does not have a proper lunch, then the teacher might ask you to perform a more formal observation, and that would include identifying the goal of the observation, a method for recording the information, and a plan to interpret the data. And the teacher could request an observation for any of a number of reasons, including monitoring behavior, academics, social interaction, and the environment. So, what is observation? Well, it's the act of looking, seeing, and listening. But you do it for a reason. To acquire information that will help to meet the student's needs. And remember that observation must be objective. So you need to learn to separate objective observation from subjective interpretation or judgment.